Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into the exact step-by-step path to transition your money from just sitting around in savings to actually building real wealth. If you're tired of feeling like you're doing everything right but still not getting ahead, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're breaking down the 5 steps to investing.
Picture this. You're doing the responsible thing, right? Funneling $100 here, $200 there, straight into a savings account. You feel disciplined, financially mature, totally on top of things. And then you open your banking app. You've diligently saved 10 grand at a 0.5% interest rate, and after a whole year, you've made a whopping $50. Seriously? Barely enough for a decent dinner out for all that financial discipline. It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it?
So we've got to tackle this illusion of safety today. Because look, saving is a crucial first step, no doubt about it, but it is absolutely not the final goal if you actually want to grow your money. You hear the buzzwords, right? Index funds, compound growth, and you realize, man, saving alone is just treading water. It will almost never make you wealthy.
Section 1. Math and the mindset. Before we can fix the strategy, we really need to look at the numbers and the mental hurdles keeping us stuck.
The absolute most crucial thing to wrap your head around is that savings and investments have 2 completely different jobs, and you absolutely need both. Savings, they are designed to protect your money. That is literally their only job. Investments, on the other hand, are designed to grow it. You just can't expect a tool built for protection to do the heavy lifting of growth. Make sense?
And wow, the cost of waiting is huge. If we start with the exact same $10,000 in a typical 1% savings account, 2 decades later, you're sitting at maybe $12,200. But invested at the historical 10% average of the S&P 500, you're looking at roughly $67,000. Same starting money, completely different universe. The biggest wealth gap out there isn't between savers and spenders, it's between savers and investors.
Seeing a massive gap like that, you really have to ask yourself, why on earth don't people just invest their money immediately? If the math is such a total no-brainer, what is the giant roadblock holding everyone back from taking the leap?
Well, the answer actually isn't the math at all. It's psychology. Saving feels incredibly safe because it's static. It just sits there. It doesn't suddenly drop by 5% on a random Tuesday afternoon. But investments, they move. They swing up, they dip down. And if you aren't expecting that emotional roller coaster, it's deeply uncomfortable. It feels wildly risky to watch your hard-earned cash bounce around.
Which brings us to Section 2, the 5 steps to investing. We're going to walk through the exact roadmap to make this transition safely, step by step.
Step 1. Before you invest a single dollar, you need a real emergency fund, a cash buffer of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Why? Because life happens. The number one reason people lose money by panic selling their investments is simply because they needed cash too soon. This fund isn't for chasing opportunities, it's strictly for a job loss or surprise car repairs. Honestly, the step protects you from yourself.
Step 2 is basically a massive psychological trick. Mentally separate your money into 2 buckets. You've got your safety money, that emergency fund that never moves and gives you total peace of mind. Then you have your growth money. Because your safety money is on lockdown, you can mentally give this growth money permission to fluctuate. It's meant to move and grow. This separation is an absolute game changer for reducing anxiety.
Now, that separation naturally brings us right into Step 3, start small, just $50 or $100. A huge trap is thinking you need some massive lump sum to even open a brokerage account. No way. You aren't trying to get rich off this first $50, okay? You're literally just trying to train your brain. You're building the habit of making investing a normal, everyday part of your financial life.
Step 4, keep it wonderfully, beautifully boring by using index funds. I know it's super tempting to try and pick the next hot stock or day trade your way to quick wealth. Skip all of that. Index funds track the overall stock market. You're basically buying a microscopic slice of hundreds of companies all at once. Boom, instant diversification, lower risk, and you're perfectly set up for steady, long-term growth.
And honestly, this simple approach is so effective that legendary investors champion it all the time. When someone as insanely successful as Warren Buffett says that a low-cost index fund is the absolute best route for most people, it really hits the nail on the head. The most powerful strategy isn't flashy at all. It's boring. And that's exactly why it works.
So here is our complete roadmap. Emergency fund. Separate the money. Start small, buy simple index funds, and finally, step 5, stay disciplined. It's this rock-solid, consistent discipline that separates successful investors from people who are basically just gambling.
Section 3. The magic of compounding. Now, this is exactly why that discipline we just talked about in Step 5 pays off so heavily.
Check this out. If you consistently invest $300 a month for 25 years at a historical 8% return, your actual contributions are completely dwarfed by the growth. You put in $90,000 of your own money over those decades, right? But your total balance is roughly $285,000. Almost $195,000 of that is pure unadulterated growth. That is compounding doing all the heavy lifting for you.
Think about it like this. Saving is like storing seeds in a glass jar. Yeah, they're super safe from the weather, but a year later, you still just have a jar of seeds. Investing is planting those seeds in the dirt. It looks messy at first, it's uncertain, the weather fluctuates, but eventually, you grow something so much bigger, a massive harvest. But what happens when the weather turns bad on those seeds? Section 4, Surviving Market Crashes. It's the elephant in the room, right?
This is the ultimate psychological hurdle. What if the market crashes? It keeps so much wealth trapped in savings accounts forever. And I get it. Crashes sound terrifying. Headlines scream, people panic. It feels like the sky is falling. But here's the reality check. Market crashes are completely normal. Historically, they are inevitable. They've happened dozens of times.
So here is the ultimate mindset shift you absolutely need to take away from this explainer. When markets drop, long-term investors actually benefit. Because you're investing consistently every month, a market drop just means everything is on sale. Your $100 suddenly buys way more slices of those index funds. Experienced investors stay totally calm during volatility because they are thinking in decades, not days.
The earlier you can combine the rock-solid stability of a savings account with the compounding power of an investment account, the more powerful your financial future gets. Saving gives you that essential stability, surviving a flat tire or a medical bill. But investing is what buys your time back. It is what creates true financial freedom.
We've laid out the entire roadmap today, from a fully funded emergency reserve, all the way to disciplined long-term index funds. You've seen the math and you know the psychology.